Hey! Hey! Hi! Why'd you jump on me? They jumped on me because they heard a weird noise. The weird noise was my alarm going off. The alarm I set to tell me to turn back so I don't get caught out here in the dark. I'm annoyed because I feel like I'm... Ooh, silly bugs. I'm close to something cool. I got further than I thought I would in 30 minutes, but I think I should probably heed my own warning. It cut off as I was saying something about salamanders. Right, vernal pools, something, roots left over here when trees die. They're kind of underground animals most of the year. They live underground in these sorts of tunnels and whatnot. They come above ground, they travel to these vernal pools. It's usually early spring, like late January, February, around my parts. But they travel to these places that fill with like melt water and snow, spring rain. And they're usually Piedmont bottomland hardwood forests like this that kind of flood. They lay their eggs. Their eggs kind of hatch and they'll eat other salamanders and some bugs, whatever bugs are around, that also lay their eggs there. And this whole vulture, this whole thing is enabled because these areas are not always submerged in water. Like later in the spring, by like May, April, dry, Summer, bone dry. It's just a regular forest. But it's important that they flood when they're breeding because that keeps fish from colonizing those habitats. When fish are there, the fish will just totally wipe out the entire generation of salamanders. And this is like a system that they've evolved to breed in over millions of years. And people, they develop things, they pave over things, they have canals and they change how water flows. They heat swamps and wetlands in general. And then like things that flood cyclically are, even more annoying because it's like you built something here because you thought it was dry, but part of the year it's wet. What? Who made that up? Well, it's the way it's supposed to be. And a lot of animals have evolved to adapt to that situation. All right, well, unfortunately, I think this is about as far as I go. If you keep going this way, not too much longer, but maybe longer than the amount of time I have, you get to see the harbor on this lake, which is really cool. Part of me wants to keep pushing so I can get there. I kind of recognize this spot. I don't know. I feel like grandma, when she sees this, is gonna be like screaming, like, "Go back!" I'm gonna do it. Yeah, why not? Because it's been like, I haven't been here since 2019. It took me years to get here. Who knows when I'll come back? The Adkins never seen the harbor. I don't know if Dash has either. So we're gonna go see that harbor. Oh, he sees something. When he sprints off like that, it's always because he saw some sort of critter. If it were a person or a dog, for a person, he might bark and come back to me. For a dog, he would definitely bark first and not sprint. Did you see him slide down the hill? He slid down the hill and got caught in the mud. Oh, you silly boy. You silly boy. Go on. I love this trail because the dogs can run themselves ragged, but there's usually water nearby, so I don't have to pack water for them. And they can drink. That was a big problem with Mount Mitchell when I did the Mount Mitchell climb, having to pack enough water for me and for Leo. And it was tough because it was like all uphill, so we were both drinking a lot. And there was nowhere. When I hike, I depend a lot on Leo being able, or I depended a lot on Leo being able to drink from like streams and like natural water sources. But that was probably the first long hike where that wasn't possible. It's not possible sometimes when we're in a different park. But if it's like an hour and a half, walk in the park or like a 2-hour hike, we can both get by without water as long as it's not like over 80 degrees. But like, where we were before, Mount Mitchell, that was killing us. I actually tried that hike 2 days. The first time I tried it, I ended up having to turn back. I drank all the water. We drank all the water. And we were still on some switchback trails, just starting out. We'd walked maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and I was overheating. And that was so unexpected. Because it was January. We were doing Mount Mitchell for my 25th birthday, her 10th birthday. And it's a mountain, it's winter, it's cold. I dressed in layers. I brought gloves, I brought a hat, and I was sweating like crazy. And I was so hot from, going up a mountain. It is the tallest peak in the United States, in the eastern United States, east of the Mississippi. Anyway, the second day we went, it was like the sky was totally gray. Everything was wet and icy. It was miserable. Leo was fine because she's a dog and they don't feel cold. And she especially didn't feel cold. They just love it. They eat it up. And I could not feel my fingers because I would have to use my hands to do some rock scrabbling. And they would get wet through the gloves. They would get soaked. And it was a sucky time. When we got to the top, couldn't see anything, clouds, but that happens all year round. Yeah. Anyway, look at that. So this area usually floods. I remember that from years ago when I would come here all the time. This area floods a lot. It's just grasses down here. Oh, this is new. This wasn't here when I used to come. So, yeah. This kind of gives away where I am, for anyone who doesn't know. But, this is Falls Lake, which provides the drinking water to Wake County, home of the city of Raleigh, capital of North Carolina. If you don't know, Falls Lake gets all of the runoff from the city of Durham via Ellerby Creek. And this huge lake and the recreation area around it kind of crosses the boundaries between Wake County and Durham County. But they added a sign there to mark when you cross the county line. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, look, mud here. Mud, lots of mud. Whew. Oh, a lot of birds. This is great bird habitat. I don't know if they're coming up on the phone camera, but there are a lot of like little sparrows and things flitting around in these grasses. This is a great place. This trail's all flooded. More quartz. Quartz everywhere. What time is it? It's oh, I can't check. I can't check while the phone is. Ooh, look at this huge quartz. Look at that, gigantic. Look at that. That's amazing. Isn't that cool, Dash? What was I saying? Oh, I'm just getting a little anxious about the time. So I'm thinking about all of the muddy trail I have to cross to go back with the sun at my back. So we're walking towards the setting sun right now. Anyway, oh shoot. Okay, well things just changed dramatically. My battery for my phone is at 5%. So, I'm cutting this video short on this hike. I know you think I push it a lot, but like, I won't be out in the woods, potentially caught in the dark, also with no phone. That's just too many bad strikes. We're turning back. Anyway, happy New Year, happy my birthday, happy hiking, happy dogs, and talk to you guys later. Bye, fam.